You right through.
Anna, please, you cannot help this man. Pole, boss. Sorry. Let me help you.
You've been there the whole time?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there.
Because I'm on a wheelchair?
No, because I did not see you.
Because I'm on a wheelchair? You really do have a problem against the physically challenged, don't you?
I apologize, sir. Naomba msamaha kwa niaba ya kampuni tafadhali.
Thank you. You're a gentleman. Thank you.
Can I get you coffee, tea, water, juice? Chochote unachotaka?
Yeah, thank you. Tea will be nice. Thank you.
Cookies?
Cookies too. Wake.
Just give me a minute.
Thank you.
Your tea and cookies will be here right away.
Thank you. I'm here for Cyrus.
Cyrus Kileta?
Do you have another?
My appointment book? It doesn't say that he has any meeting set up for today.
You really do have a problem with people on wheelchairs, don't you?
I'll get him for you. You are?
Tell him the man on a wheelchair.
Hello, Cyrus? There's a man here to see you. He says the man on a wheelchair. Okay. He's coming.
Cyrus!
What are you doing here?
Cyrus!
What are you doing here?
Well, things have really changed for me, as you can see.
Look, I don't want anything to do with you. Now, get out of this place and never come back.
Boss, there's a problem, sir.
What's the matter?
That new guy, he just kicked out a disabled man in the office without a reason. Boss, there's discrimination in this firm.
What new guy?
Suyo Kileta. Yes, sir. Ndio huyu.
I'm Rashid Mwako.
Daniel Medua.
How can I help you?
Actually, I'm here to see Cyrus. I have a case for him.
And?
He doesn't want to see me. He threw me out like a dog, a piece of trash.
You two are familiar with each other?
Yes, we worked together some time ago. But recently, he doesn't seem to want to help me, even though I'm on a wheelchair.
He's a con.
But the man is in a wheelchair.
I know that. The wheelchair is just a show. He can walk, he can run.
How do you know that?
I am not representing him.
Why?
Because he won't pay his dues.
If that's what you're worried about, then get him to pay up front. The last thing I want is someone with disability suing this firm. Deal with the situation.
Cyrus, you don't have to like someone to represent them. Trust me.
I'm a changed man.
People don't change.
Well, I have. Even physically.
With you, one can't be too sure. Sign these, and those are my legal fees.
Whoa, what legal representation costs that much?
Those are my fees. If you can't manage, just take a walk.
Probably I would if I could. I can manage this.
It's upfront.
Meaning?
You pay me now.
Okay. Why not? Swear to you, I'm not the man I used to be.
I'll call you once the check has cleared.
That Silver is Count Swingers.
He claims you attacked him and damaged his equipment.
The bastard!
Shh, we are in hollowed grounds.
Dad, this is not fair. This man claims disability and expects us to compensate him.
After robbing us in broad daylight? This country has too many briefcase thieves. Hata than those who man you.
Unapigwa ngeta, you know that your money is gone.
Lakini ni hawa. It's lawyers.
There's nothing much to worry about. This countersuit, it's just... I'll be damned.
Conman. Mwizi. Unaona?
Is this guy serious?
I'm afraid he is.
Are you okay, boss?
Thank you, Stephanie. What did I do without you?
Is the same week that...
Yes, we have doctor's reports to...
It's not enough that you stole from me. And you want me to compensate you for being the thief you are?
Njae, let's not do
Eh?
this.
It's okay. Let him go ahead and assault me again.
He stole my 5 million shillings.
Njae.
And he wants me to pay him for
Calm
stealing
down.
from me.
Calm down.
Nitakuvunja.
Wait,
Njae.
Njae, calm down.
You better stand back if you know what is good for you.
My check was honored.
Yeah, surprisingly so.
I told you I'm a changed man.
Never mind. What was all that about?
What?
The noise I heard as I walked into the courtroom.
What has happened?
Some people never change.
All rise.
This must be very interesting. A suit and a counterclaim. Mr. Locorio, you are suing Medua Advocates for failure to honor your motor accident compensation of 5 million Kenya shillings?
And with interest. My compensation was released in 2004. And it's been 5 years, Your Lordship.
Yes, I can see the issue of interest raised in the claim. And Medua, you are counter-suing for assault and criminal damage to your office equipment?
As you can see, my lord, they put me in a wheelchair.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious, Mr. Medua. Pole sana.
He is pretending. He wants me to pay him for stealing my money.
He and his son attacked me with rungus.
You used my money to buy a brand new Mercedes Benz.
My office sent him the check.
Check? You sent me a check? What check? Do you think I'm stupid?
All right, settle down. This does not need to degenerate into a bullfighting contest. Mr. Medua, you know better.
His temper put me on a wheelchair.
Cool it down, Mr. Medua.
Tell him!
Mr. Locorio, I am generally a very patient person, but that hardly means that I entertain unruliness in my court. You are paying your advocate a good sum of money to speak on your behalf. Now let her earn her money. Settle down.
Yes, your lord.
Daniel.
Yes, my lord.
Why did you find it necessary to hire an advocate when you are one?
My lord, I am physically challenged. I am in no state to do any filing.
But you're still sane, and I believe your office has got staff to carry out such mundane stuff.
My lord, my computers and printers were destroyed during the attack. I was hospitalized for...
Enough. I'm sure I'll get an earful of that later. Now, this is a bit confusing. What happened here? Kadzo, Bundi, you go first.
Zelocorio, under the representation of Daniel Medua and co-advocates, was awarded 5 million Kenya shillings on December 11th, 2004 by Auto Insurance as compensatory damages Locorio obtained from a motor accident. Today is the 29th of September 2010 and the 5 million is yet to be received.
Did Mr. Locorio attempt to inquire from his then advocate?
Several times. The excuse always the same. The check is not yet released.
Oh, I'm expecting you to go on to the assault scenario.
Yes, assault. On March 3rd, 2010, Zelocorio and his son made another attempt to discuss the issue with Daniel Medua at the Medua and co-advocates chambers. The discussion turned confrontational.
Politely put, I presume. And what's your story?
Mr. Locorio and his son had another agenda when they visited my client's chambers. They barged into his office with rungus, beat him up, and even destroyed his equipment.
What about the money?
The check had long been sent via mail.
Which was supposedly not received by the plaintiff.
Well put, my lord.
How did Medua come to owe you 5 million shillings?
I trusted Medua to be my lawyer. And when I got judgment, the insurance company paid very fast. But then it's been now over 5 years, I haven't got even a shilling.
The check was, of course, written out to Medua advocates?
Yes.
During this time, while your money was being held by Medua advocates, were you receiving any communication from...
Once the money was released by the company, Mr. Medua went silent. I even used to have mobile and home number, but he changed them all.
What of his office?
He moved his offices. In fact, it took me a long time to discover where he moved to.
When did you finally get in touch with him?
In fact, it was just by accident when I was looking for a lawyer to look for him and sue him. Then, in the process, I came to understand, to know where he moved his offices.
So you decided to establish contact?
Yes, me and my son, we went to his office.
Why? Why go see Daniel Medua with your son?
Ever since my wife passed away, my son has become a good friend of mine. I go with him everywhere. Besides that, now I am a Njae. I may need a strong pair of arms to hold me through the day.
Did Daniel Medua accord you audience?
Does a thief really like to meet with the users?
Objection, my lord.
Just answer the questions, Mr. Locorio.
Yes, my lord.
When was this that you visited Daniel Medua in his office?
It was 7th January.
And a fight broke out between the two of you?
Oh, yes.
What happened? What events led to it?
Me and my son walked into the office. Daniel was seated behind his huge fancy desk. I asked him, "You remember me?" He says, "No." I say, "I am Zelocorio. Do you remember me?" But still, he pretended not to know me. Then when I asked him about my compensation of 5 million shillings from the auto insurance, he suddenly remembers and says he sent me a check 2 weeks after the case was settled. Then I said, no, I didn't receive anything. But then, why is a check of 5 million shillings sent through the post office while I could just pick it by myself? Who sends 5 million shillings through the post office? Nani mtu mwenye akili timamu kweli anaweza kutuma kiasi cha pesa kama hicho kwa kupitia njia ya post office?
It was in check, not cash, my lord.
Await your turn, Mr. Kileta.
Much obliged, my lord.
So, I asked him to show me the copy of the check or the proof to show that the check was sent to me. You know what he does? He says I should show irrefutable evidence that the check was not received. Sasa mtu akisema namna hiyo surely ni kusema nini? Give me irrefutable evidence that the check was not received. Pale mimi ndio nilijua kwamba this man is playing me with me. Ndio nikamwambia sitatoka katika hii ofisi mpaka unilipe pesa zangu, cheki yangu ya 5 million.
Did he write you the check?
No. Instead, he insulted me, called me old mzee. Bas, alitoka kwenye kiti chake pale kama swara. Akanirukia, akanishika shati, akanivuruta nje. I think now you understand why I work with my son.
So your son defended you?
Yes, he defended, he had to, because this man was insulting me, beating me up. My son defended. And really they fought, walipambana sana, mpaka Medua alipata medusa wake.
Okay. Did you attack Daniel Medua with a rungu?
What rungu? He was the one who got the ring from his drawer. Medua got the ring to beat me and my son. But as I told you, kama nilivyosema, Medua alipata medusa wake.
Did you destroy his equipment?
No, he did it himself.
Liar!
Oh yes, he didn't know how to aim. He aimed at my son ducked and beat his fox. He aimed to me, my son pushed me out of the way, he hit his computer. From there, he was just like a madman, banging, crashing everything in the office. Hivyo unavyomuona huyu jamaa, yeye mwenyewe ndo alivunja kila kitu kwa ofisi yake.
Nothing further.
Mr. Lokorio.
Yes.
Is it true you scheduled an appointment with Daniel Medua under the pretext of Paul Kamau?
Yes.
Why? I mean, why use a false name?
Because if I used my real names, he wouldn't have agreed to see me. Ni mkora kabisa.
Please just answer the question. You claim you did not enter Daniel Medua's office with rungus.
Ndio.
I put it to you, you entered in his office with rungus
We
hidden.
did not. We did not.
You entered with rungus hidden in your inner jacket pockets.
We did not.
I put it to you, you did.
We did not.
Are you through with the witness?
Yes.
Next witness, you may step down.
I mentioned to both of you some time ago that things are looking up for this file. And I'd like to thank both of you for that.
It's been our pleasure.
Both of you have been very instrumental in bringing this about.
Mwako, the suspense is killing me.
African Capital Market Services are in the process of opening their operations in Nairobi. And we, Mwako and Company, have that account. ACMS are our clients.
When did this happen?
Congratulations.
To us, yes.
We ought to go out and celebrate.
Yes, we will. This Friday.
This is the best news I've had this year.
Now, this account will be managed by one of you. It wasn't easy making this decision because both of you are very good attorneys. But Elsie, you will manage African capital market services.
What? Mwako.
The decision was made without prejudice. My decision was...
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Junior Locorio, you were with your father the day of the alleged attack?
Yes.
Please describe to the court what took place that day.
When my father refused to leave, he told my father that we'll kick him out. He called my dad a fool, an old fool. Then he touched my dad.
What do you mean touched?
He grabbed my dad by the shirt and tried to push him out of the office.
And what was your reaction?
That's obvious. He was assaulting my dad. I pulled him away from my dad. Then he turned and punched me right on my face. I did the only thing a man could do in such a situation.
Which is?
Self-defense. I defended myself. Reflex. Then he brandished a rungu from his cabinet and he attacked me with it. I ducked. He went for my dad. I pushed him aside. Then he started chasing us through the entire office as we ducked. He hit his equipment and damaged some of the equipment in the process. I'm astonished that he's pinning that on us.
That will be all, my lord.
Junior. Can I call you Junior?
Yes, everybody calls me that.
You claim that my client brandished a rungu on you and your dad.
He did not just brandish it. He used it.
On his equipment?
Yes.
Yeah, and what about the injuries?
Injuries?
Yes. Daniel Medua was hospitalized with back and knee injuries. Injuries that were so bad he wound up in that wheelchair. How do you suppose he got those injuries?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I don't know. When we left his office, he was fine.
So you want us to believe that he did that to himself?
How else can that be explained?
Don't ask me questions. Will he hit his own knees?
I'm not astonished if I heard that he was beaten up by someone else.
So you do agree that he was beaten up by someone?
Yes.
So you do agree that he was assaulted by someone angry?
As I said, I would not be astonished if he was beaten up by someone else.
Someone like you and your dad? Nothing further.
I am the motor accident claims manager at Auto Insurance.
So all the motor claims come to your office?
Yes.
Was Mzee Lokorio's accident compensation claim processed in your docket?
That is correct.
Are you familiar with the case?
Vividly.
Why is it so vivid?
It was my first month in the department. I started off my career at Auto Insurance with a 5 million shilling claim. I cannot forget that.
So was the check processed and released to Medua Advocates?
Yes, it was. In fact, Daniel Medua himself collected it from my office. The check was banked the same day.
How do you know that?
It showed in the statements of accounts.
Thank you. Nothing further, my lord?
No cross-examination, Your Honor. Did you receive the compensation check of 5 million shillings for your then client, Mr. Locorio?
Yes.
Did you write out a check for him?
Yes, and it was duly mailed to him.
My lord, this is the copy of the check of 4 million shillings, minus the legal fees, which is written out to Mr. Locorio. The date on the check is December 18th, 2004.
Accepted.
Why did you mail it?
I was closing my office early for the Christmas holidays, and I wanted my clients to enjoy theirs too.
How thoughtful of you. And did you inform Mr. Locorio that his check was in the mail?
I was unable to do that as he did not have a cell phone.
Then how are you two communicating during the suit?
He used to come to my office. In fact, that's the reason why I knew he would come for his check and not find me. The safest thing to do was mail it.
Ah, you're thinking about your client's welfare, huh?
My clients always come first.
During the 5 years, did he complain that he was yet to receive his money?
Never. Not once, until recently, of course.
So January 7th is the first time you met since December 2004?
Correct.
And when he informed you that he was yet to receive his money?
I was shocked. Utterly shocked. According to me, that was a case shut many years back. I requested for some time to carry out some investigations to find out what happened.
Did you give him a timeline within which you'd get back to him on the matter?
Unfortunately, I did not get the opportunity to. While I was begging them for time to investigate the matter, his son Junior removed a rungu from inside his jacket pocket and threatened me. I begged them to calm down, but then Junior hit my fax machine. His father said the next would be my head.
Did you call for help?
I couldn't. I was scared for my life. I ran for the door hoping to get out, but the rungu got my head.
Who hit you first?
Junior. He's younger and faster. While he beat me, his father smashed my desk, my shelves, my equipment, everything in my office. They then walked out and said they'll be back for their money.
Did you call the police?
I couldn't move my body. Luckily, Stephanie came back from her lunch break and took me to the hospital. The matter was then reported as soon as I got to the station.
My lord, I have the doctor's report from which indicates Daniel Mendua suffered from knee, back, and head injuries. Injuries that were caused by blunt objects.
Rungus.
Rungus.
Accepted.
Nothing further.
Cross?
Yes, in a minute.
I don't know why Mwako chose me, huh?
You don't know.
Okay, I'm a good attorney.
I am too.
It had to be one of us.
And that's you?
Don't take this out on me.
Why are you defending yourself?
Because you're making this so hard for me.
Enjoy a moment of glory.
You know, we still have to work together, so don't let this come between us.
Yeah, sure. Let's not.
The injuries listed in this report have no indication of you requiring a wheelchair. Did the doctors recommend this, or was it your own personal diagnosis?
Well, the doctor told me to use it anytime my knees hurt.
Is it the norm for patients to prescribe for themselves a wheelchair?
Well, my knees cannot support my body.
Yes, so you say. But the doctor's report does not recommend a wheelchair for you.
The doctor told me to use it whenever my knees hurt.
Are you hurting now?
They've been hurting a lot of late.
How convenient.
Objection, my lord.
I withdraw the remark. Anyway, we'll get back to that later. Did you ever try to find out whether Lokorio received his money or not?
No, I also assumed they received the check the moment they kept quiet.
What would you need to clarify whether Mzee Lokorio or anyone else received the check and banked it?
My financial statements?
Or a call to the bank. Those two would suffice, right?
Right.
You intentionally did not bother to find out whether the check was lost, stolen, or received by its rightful owner because you did not write the check in the first place.
I wrote the check and mailed it to him.
Okay, if you insist. What car do you drive?
Objection, your lordship. The car he drives has no bearing in this case.
Yes, it has. All I need is a chance to prove it.
I will allow it.
What car do you drive?
Mercedes-Benz.
When did you buy it? When did you buy your Mercedes?
In December.
Which year?
2004.
In my hands, I have your company's bank statements and your personal statements, so answer the next question wisely. The money you used to finance the purchase of your Mercedes, where did it originate from?
Your Honor, I object to this.
Overruled.
But the statements are just...
Overruled. The witness will answer the question.
my bonus.
Bonus. You run a one-man show, just you, your secretary, stroke receptionist. So what bonus is this that you get that gets you a Mercedes?
Well, after all the hard work I'd done that year, I believed I deserved that bonus. What do you expect?
I expect a little honesty.
I object that remark.
You have a lawyer to do that for you. You're wasting our time. Your Honor, these are the statements. We have here a deposit of 5 million on December 13th, the date he collected the check from auto insurance, and a withdrawal of 4.3 million 4 days later. Check number 0000649. The items are highlighted. Who was the payee of the check 0000649? Because it certainly is not Mzee Lokorio, since the photocopy you gave us as evidence that you paid him, Mzee Lokorio's check number is 0000651. No point in belaboring on the point. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Very well. Now, I did not have to deliberate for long on this judgment. In fact, the financial statements even made it easier. In view of the evidence and the blatant lies witnessed in this court, I do not hesitate to give my judgment. In the matter of Mr. Lokorio versus Medua Advocate, I find in favor of the plaintiff and enter judgment for the plaintiff for 5 million Kenya shillings as prayed for. Further, I place interest thereon for the last 5 years at the rate of 6% per annum, which amounts to Kenya shillings 1,500,000. 500,000.
What? 6.5 million.
Be quiet. I further dismiss the counterclaim by Mr. Medua due to lack of evidence.
I am on a wheelchair and you call this lack of evidence?
Please settle down, Mr. Medua. You're an advocate of the High Court, and I expect you to behave better.
That notwithstanding, I'm still appalled at your judgment.
Daniel Medua, be quiet.
What kind of a judge are you?
Now that is it. I award further interest on the 6.5 million at 12% per annum from the date of filing suit until final payment.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, 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 hey. No, 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 no.